Alright, what's going on everyone? Time for a weekly update on where I'm at in my rebuild here. So I've been really busy this week. I've been coming home at 5 every day, working until like 10, 11, 12 midnight every night. For any of you guys that didn't know, welding a stainless hot side, especially if you're back purging it, is a lot of work. So it's finished. I'm going to show you guys it here in a second, and then I'm going to do a little bit of engine assembly today. Get a little bit closer, get the engine block and stuff ready for when the heads get here. If anyone follows my Instagram, I already got the hot side welded up, and it's mocked up here in the car. Everything fits really nice, and got the wastegates on there. Doing a little mock-up with them right now. Pretty happy with how everything turned out, though. I'm starting to get a handle on this TIG welding stuff. I think this kit's going to be a little bit more efficient than the old one. Pretty happy with it. A lot more work goes into this than you would think, though. I bet I've got easily over 10 hours of work into it. And it doesn't really seem like it would be that much, but when you start getting all these welds and having to back purge them, it becomes a lot of work. So hot side is done and ready to go. So today I got a short block backhoe covered. I've gone through and I saved you guys all the boring parts. Alright, so short block's together now. Got everything torqued up, pistons in, everything's looking good, turned over nice and smooth. Everything's working like it should. So, a little difference on this motor. I changed from the Moroso style windage tray, which was a sandwich style windage tray. It sat between the oil pan rails and the oil pan, and it used two gaskets. I really hated it. Down here on the floor. Swapped over to this 3-valve windage tray that I got with this block. I like this much better. It's kind of out of the way and it's nice and clean, and it looks like it's going to work a little bit better as well compared to this windage tray. And then also another thing that I did a little different is I cut the opening of this pickup tube here. There's normally a flat metal piece with a smaller hole in it. So I cut that open. You'll see it like this in a bunch of the high volume 4-valve pumps. So it should help out a little bit with oil pressure, and then give this a little bit more room to pick up oil towards the back of the pan under hard acceleration. Alright, what's up guys? So it took a little bit longer than we thought it was going to take to get the heads back, but they are finally here. Jordan had to do a lot of extra work that I wasn't expecting him to have to do, and he found some things that needed to be replaced with the head. So at this point, these things are pretty much brand new, ready to go. Jordan hooked it up. All new intake valves, all new exhaust valves in both heads. The valve springs were about 10 pounds of seat pressure light. So we went ahead and put new valve springs in there as well, and new valve job. And then Jordan went through and hand polished all of these chambers. He actually had to polish down and blend this chamber in with the valve job, because these heads were on like, or these valve seats were on like their third valve job. So he had to get a little innovative there. But it turned out amazing, man. These heads look great. Obviously we run the copper O-rings and the CNC softened chambers for big boost. So these things are ready to go. Once again, big shout out to Jordan, man. He always hooks me up, does great work. I'm really excited to have these things back. So the next step is I'm going to prep the surfaces, clean them with a little bit of brake clean, and then we've got these Cometic gaskets here that are going to go on, and then we'll get the heads torqued down and get rolling past that point.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna walk over here?
Okay.
I figured you would. Alright guys, so the camera died during our time lapse, and I don't have a whole lot of time, so I just continue to work on the engine. But it's in the car now. Kind of test fitting everything up. I've got pretty much everything underneath on the bottom side bolted up, minus the drive shaft. Kind of test fitting the turbo kit up on it right now to make sure that everything's going to fit right. It looks like it's going to. But it's back in there. A little bit tighter fit now that we moved the engine back. But overall, it looks pretty good. I'm pretty tired right now, so I'm gonna work on this a little bit longer and see how much farther I can get. Hopefully in the next day or two we'll be starting this thing up. So this will all be in the same video, so you guys will see all this together. So let's keep working on it and get it closer to starting. All right, fast forward. So we got everything put back together. It's been a couple of days, a lot of work doing this by myself, and or me and the wife doing it by ourselves. But everything's back together. Everything's hooked up. Water's filled. Didn't see any leaks. Got everything installed back in the car. Yeah, it's ready to start. So I'm gonna go pull the laptop up, look at the tune, make sure the tune's good, lean it out a little bit for the break-in, and fingers crossed that this first start goes good. So we're gonna get it pushed out and get it started up. Take a second. Something's not right.
I'm gonna turn this off for a minute.
Alright guys, so we tried this the other day, and I had a bunch of stuck injectors. We ended up figuring out that 5 out of my 8 injectors were stuck closed. That was from me not cleaning them and leaving E85 in them when they sat up. So got everything back together, car wouldn't start. So we got that figured out. Got a good friend here in town that flowed them and cleaned them for me. So I've got them back in the car now. Sarah's not here today, so I'm gonna be starting this thing by myself. So hopefully everything goes smooth. So I'm gonna sit the camera down, let it record. I'm gonna get this thing started up, check for leaks and everything, and then we'll look it over. started up. Got some smoke coming out from all the fresh. Got the fresh heat wrap on there, and so fresh paint and like fingerprints and oil and stuff on everything. So that's just all that burning off. So it's got good oil pressure. It is running a little funny. I wonder if some of these injectors still aren't flowing like they should be. I'm not sure yet. I got to mess with the tune some. I leaned the tune up, so I knew it wouldn't run rich. Obviously, you don't want to wash the cylinder walls down when you're trying to break the rings in. So got it running real lean. So I'm gonna toss a tune I have it fooled with back in it here in a second. Get it started up again and go drive it a little bit and see if it clears up some. Together and running finally, guys. I apologize for such a long period of time between videos. Just been really busy and ain't had a lot of time for YouTube or the car, so everything's finally back together and schedule's opening back up, and I think we're gonna be good, be able to go out and do some racing. So man, I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's looking nice and clean. Everything's all fabbed up and back together like it should. I just got to get the break-in process done. I put it up on the trans brake a couple of times here in the driveway, and then I'm gonna go drive it tonight and change the oil in it, put some fresh oil, and then it'll be good and broken in. Using the Driven BR30 oil in it right now, and then I'm gonna change over to some 10W40. So that's gonna end it for this one, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Stay tuned. Hopefully we're gonna have some racing videos up here soon.